The Chicago Bears have signed pass rusher Robert Quinn, now formerly of the Dallas Cowboys. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL. Here to bring you guys the Bears' latest signee, which is Robert Quinn. But before I do so, folks, there's so much content right now in NFL free agency. It is hectic, it is crazy, and I love it. Make sure you are staying tuned and locked in to the channel. Subscribe, turn on the post notifications, folks, and please make sure you follow me on my Twitter, my Instagram, my social media accounts, because that is the best place to reach out to me. I'm literally giving you guys my live reactions as well on the tweets, but make sure you are following me on that. With that being said, let's talk about this signing, what I think about it, and let you know everything else in between. First and foremost, let us start with the contract itself and talk about that. It is a 5-year, $70 million deal that the Bears agreed to with Robert Quinn. But again, even though it seems like a large chunk of money, and for the most part, it is pretty significant, all I care about is the guaranteed dollars, and it is only guaranteed $30 million out of that 70, okay? So $30 million are the guarantees for this deal with Robert Quinn. So getting that out of the way real quick with the contract itself. And now talking about the signing for the Bears. Again, got no issues with it. Robert Quinn's a good player. This is clearly an upgrade over the guy that he's going to be replacing in Leonard Floyd, who I will get to in just a second. So again, you got to overpay in free agency a little bit. That is what happens in free agency. It's a bidding war. And from everything I read, Robert Quinn was picking between the Bears and the Falcons. And the Bears obviously had to sweeten the pot. And I'm guessing they did. And that is why Robert Quinn agreed to sign with them. So again, I have no issues for the most part with this signing. Robert Quinn's a good player. And he's going to provide some very solid help alongside Khalil Mack. I mentioned before free agency started, one of our needs was pass rush help alongside Khalil Mack. Now, again, it was lower on the totem pole than tight end, offensive line help, a backup / starting quarterback, but it was still there and it was still relevant, and the Bears felt like they needed to address it. So that is exactly what happened. Now, as far as Leonard Floyd, I'll say this. I know a lot of Bears fans like Leonard Floyd, and obviously we all wanted him to pan out, but here's the thing. I had no issues with the Bears letting go of Leonard Floyd because of the cap hit. It was about $13 million. And with that comes the fact that if you had somebody in mind, you can go ahead and let go of him. And that is exactly what the Bears did. Now, Leonard Floyd could still turn out to be a solid player, but this is a win now roster. And so we needed to make that decision. And that is what the Bears did. And to be honest, folks, when you take a look at it, I mean, it's pretty crazy when you take a look at the numbers. Leonard Floyd in his entire career has had 18.5 sacks. We take a look at Robert Quinn, who's still only 29, by the way, if you didn't know. Last year in 14 games with the Cowboys had 11.5 sacks. Folks, Robert Quinn last year had just 7 less sacks than Leonard Floyd has had in 4 seasons. Okay? I think we can all agree this is clearly an upgrade. So, again, it is an upgrade. I like this signing. The Bears did good. And boy, the Bears defense next season, whoo! I mean, I know the 49ers defense is solid. There's a lot of good defensive teams out there, but I would bet, a good amount of money if this Bears team stays healthy, they are probably the best defense in the NFL. You're talking about Khalil Mack, Robert Quinn, Akeem Hicks, Eddie Jackson on the back end with Kyle Fuller. Danny Trevathan, it is nasty what this Bears defense is going to be able to do. With that being said, I will say one more thing here. I was obviously surprised by this signing because, again, I thought the Bears were going to address the offensive side more, and we still have largely the same issues that we did before because we haven't addressed them. Now, Jimmy Graham is another player we signed, but I've made a video about him, and I've said how Jimmy Graham is essentially washed up, and I don't consider him much of an upgrade, if at all. And so to me, what this points me to is you don't have any more money now to sign a quarterback, which means you probably have to trade for one, which you can still do with Nick Foles or Andy Dalton, or you're going to draft one. Same thing with tight end, probably going to draft one. And so that's where I'm a little disappointed because I would have liked to be able to address some of our more glaring needs than this. I mean, we're basically strengthening our strength here. But that's just where I'm at. You know, got no issues again with the player himself. This is going to make the Bears a better team. But you really made something you were already good at better versus addressing a weakness. And so that would have been nice to see. But again, that's where I'm at. Let me know what you guys think about the Bears signing Robert Quinn. Are you happy with the signing? Would you have rather the Bears spend and allocate that money on a quarterback, a tight end, an offensive line? Well, tight end they kind of did, but offensive line. Like, let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree. As always, thanks for watching.